So since we are getting more familiar with JavaScript now, it's time to learn something about statements and expressions. Okay, so that it will make more sense when we write some more code later in our upcoming lectures. Okay, so let's see what are statements and expressions. So expressions are basically something or some code which produces value. Okay, and statements are basically a piece of code, a block of code we can say, which is used to tell computer to do things or to instruct computer to do things. Okay, so let me show you an example of both of these. For example, 7 plus 8, sorry 8, this is an expression. Okay, because this produces value, that is 15. Okay, and one more example is uh, this string is also an expression because it produces value, that is Raunak. Okay, and or we can take 5 is greater than 10 or 3 smaller than 2. This is also an expression because this produces value. So everything which produces value is an expression. Let me write it here at itself. That produces value is an expression. Okay, so on the other hand we have statements. Okay, so you have seen these statements but you were not aware of like these are statements. Let me show you how. For example, let name equals to Raunak. Okay, so here I am writing let first name equals to Raunak. So here Raunak is an expression and this whole thing is an statement, because this way we are telling JavaScript to store a value in your computer's memory with this variable. Okay, so this whole line is an statement because this way we are instructing our computer to do some stuff. All right, and there's some more examples of statements. For example, if true, then do some code. Else, do some more code. Okay, so here this whole if else is an statement because this is not producing anything. Okay, this is simply telling JavaScript to do some stuff and it is not producing any value. Okay, and here is one more example to show you uh, the difference between statements and expressions. We have used a template literals, right, in our previous lectures. So let's pick that. So here in template literals we use this dollar symbol and this curly braces, right, and some text. So this curly braces, in this curly braces we can pass the expressions only, something which only produces value, that is the only thing which we can pass here. If it is a variable, that we can pass because it will be replaced by its value, or we can pass the calculations like this. But what we can't do is we cannot pass a whole statement here. If you try to pass a statement here, then see, VS Code itself started giving you the error. Okay, If we refresh the code, all right, yeah, missing parenthesis in the template expression. So it is giving us the error because we have passed a statement here instead of the expression. Okay, so right now first name equals to this is also an expression, but if we write the whole thing, this is an statement now. This way we are just instructing JavaScript to do something, but it is not producing any value. Okay, if we write the value directly, this is also an expression, that is why we are not getting any error, and it is logged in console as well. And if we try to pass this if else statement, then let's see what happens. So now again we started getting error. Okay, and this time it is saying expression expected. Okay, so that means it is clearly not an expression, it is a statement. Okay, so our JavaScript is full of statements. Okay, so whatever you have seen in the previous code, this if else, if else, if else, this whole thing is a statement where 3 plus 4 is an expression. Okay, this day triple equals to Tuesday is an expression because it is producing a value. If we check here, this whole switch is an statement, that is why we call it switch statement. Okay, because it is instructing JavaScript to do something, but it is not producing any value. Okay, this whole line is an statement where this value is an expression. Okay, so here also we can see this whole thing is an expression because it will return us a boolean value. Okay, where this whole thing is an statement, this is an statement, and this is a value, this is a statement. Okay, and this whole calculation is an expression because it is producing some value in true or false. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear now with the statements and expression, at least a little bit, because you don't need to bother much about the statements and expression. You will get used to it in the upcoming lectures. So all you need to know is what is an expression and what is an statement. Just a high level overview. You don't need to know much about it because you will get to know about this in upcoming lectures eventually. Okay, so this is it for this lecture. Let's see you in the next one.